Ladies and gentlemen and everybody else, welcome to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. This game is something unique. It's a RPG, but at the same time it's a real-time strategy. Here you have to command an army, but you can't forget about your personal life. You can build an empire, but who cares if you don't have any hires to take it after you die on another siege. The world also doesn't care about you here. You are not much more than a piece of dirt on someone's boot from the beginning, and you have to change it only by yourself. Nobody is gonna wait for you and nobody is gonna cry about you. Today I want to tell you a story about my first 500 days of hardcore survival in this brutal medieval world. The story of my way from homeless bum to the lord, or maybe a king, or maybe I'm gonna die in some ditch, who knows? Take your snacks and enjoy! I was born in some small Botanian village. My parents were bards, and because of it I hadn't a stable home and had to understand how to find the approach to different people from the beginning of my life. Sometimes we had literally 0 coins, and only because our cat taught me how to catch some small animals, we were still alive, and my cat eyes also helped me to find my first job. I became a scout squad member. I could find literally every robber's trap near the village, and one time I saw a bear trying to kill a mushroom picker nearby and killed the animal. When the robbers tried to rob another hotel where me and my family was, I saw them and organized the escape of the guests. Sadly, but my parents were too old to run, and my little brother and sister were stupid to run on the right side and were caught. My name is Polysorb from the clan Fenimar, and this is the story of my revenge. My legend started from hiring 5 strong men in the nearest village. With them, I wanted to build my kingdom after a couple years. Yes, I was from a simple family, but my ambitions were much bigger. And these 5 men are gonna be my elite squad, or they gonna die in the first battle against a group of tramps. Useless people. Okay, if I want to make something good, I have to make it myself. After this disgraceful victory, I went to the nearest city and came to arena. I wanted to show my muscles to the world. Okay, that was just an unfair fight for drunks. In another city, I got on tournament. It's gonna be better. That is gonna be a real fight. Yes, I lost it, but I got to the final. I was close to the victory. That means that I'm fucking great. And near the city I got my first victory against the bandits without losing the whole squad. Not the greatest achievement, but better than nothing. And then I also beat my drunk arena record. Now I killed 6 people and took 10 coins instead of 5. I'm making progress, you know? At the end of my first week in Calradia, I met the best speaker of the robbers.
You best back off. There's dozens more of us hiding, just waiting for our signal.
Sadly, it didn't help them. In some city I met a woman that was recruiting people for the gang fight. Because I needed as much money as I could have, I was ready for this fight. But at first I had to wait for a few days. These days I spent very useful. I was running around the city and was looking at the mountain nearby. I'm the best commander in the world, I know. And now I had to fight with my gang against another gang. The leader of the second gang wanted to buy me and my people for extra money, but because I was closer to the first gang and didn't want to be in gang bank, I rejected him, and then was fast but fun massacre. After this great adventure, I tried to come to the Lord's castle, but the guard told me that I'm a piece of shit and he didn't want to let me in. Stupid world. Okay, I needed to grow up my image. For it, I saved some village from the robbery and bought an armor in some city for better look. Sadly, this armor didn't help me to win a tournament in this city. In fact, I lost in the first battle in 1v1 duel, but I didn't understand how to use the two-handed weapon and how to block without a shield at all. But maybe later I can learn swordplay better. On the 12th day, I already took another quest about gang fights and lost another tournament, but this time in semi-final. Then I met a king of one of the countries on this land. It was a great Duke Ragnvald, the Lord of Sturgia. He told me a story about the fall of the old empire. I wanted to know it just to learn and don't make its mistake in the country I wanted to make. At all, I needed to speak with 10 lords and Ragnvald was only the first one. Then in the fight against 5 bandits, I wanted to taste my command skills and gave my first order. I felt very excited when we killed everyone and I lost only one man. After the gang was ready for the fight, I moved to the city, but on my way I met another group of bandits and wanted to kill them too. But some lord came to this fight to help me and now I was fighting 94 versus 5. These bandits are poor, but they are super brave. In the city fight was nothing special. Then was another fight in another city. Because I had no normal army, the best I could was just fight for others, strongest people. Maybe later they could help me with my kingdom, but until I could make only the drink fight, it was really useless to think about my future kingdom. The garbage that I was finding on the bodies of trumps that I was killing helped me to save my pants, and I also got a little extra money. Not enough to buy a castle, but still good. Sadly, but after a month of training, I still couldn't win a tournament, but I didn't want to stop trying. Fuck. After 2 months of my adventures, I finally got nearly elite people in my squad. They weren't top, but good enough to kill all robbers without dying. My man grew so fast. And this week I also came to Sargod, Vlandian capital city. Here was the tournament and from the beginning everything started bad. I got some broken sky and the second man I met killed me. Luckily my teammate was alive long enough to give us the ticket to the second round. In it, we were using the same shitty weapons, but I used the running tactic and just was hiding until I was 1v1 and killed the last man. Then was around on horses, that was easy, and then I was against the real knight in a sword fight. Luckily I had a shield and with it the blocks weren't hard. I knew that was my chance, and in hard fight, when my shield nearly was broken, I got this knight and won my first tournament on the 28th day. And after a week I found another tournament and won 2 in a row. Then I tried to be a reseller. I bought some salt in some village for 1000 gold and sold it for 1200 gold in the nearest town. Not big plus, but still good. Afterwards I wanted to kill someone and very lucky I found a forest robber's hideout. I came in the darkness and one by one killed all in the camp. After I made enough blood, the leader of this place faced me and said that he wanted to fight with me 1v1 because it could save many lives, but I didn't want to duel him and my squad just destroyed all remaining bandits. On the 37th day I took a quest about poachers. They were killing all available animals around some village, and a chief of this place asked me to banish them. I had 2 options, kill or speak. I tried to speak with poachers at first, because the way of blood I could choose anytime. My first 2 arguments weren't good enough for the hunters, and I had only one speech before the fight. I had no idea what to say and just said to them, "Run, or you're all gonna be executed." The main thing is to speak confidently. All money I got, I spent on horses. I needed it to run faster and have a chance to escape from someone. I couldn't kill. Also, soon I got my first officer. It was some girl that killed the son of her village chief because he tried to rape her. I thought she was good and took her in my team. After this, my brain grew and I could arrange my people before the fight. My squad became bigger. At my first winter, I already had 20 people and some of them were really experienced. But for now, I still was fighting only with some bums. In one of these fights, I found a legendary pitchforks. I wanted to make them my special weapon. I wanted to kill a king using them, but at first I needed more practice on drums. A couple days after, I took my first caravan quest. That's how I met my first horsed enemies. They were much stronger than simple robbers. I was wounded and lost a couple people, luckily not many, and the caravan still was alive. Because I was hurt so much, I couldn't get into the next fight and just send my people. Without my command, my warriors were worse, but we won this fight too. In the first city, the caravan got few more people and we ran forward. But soon another big group of bandits found us. That was my first fight on the snow, and after this fight we were stopped by another cavalry bandit squad. I didn't want to lose all my units and just ran away. While two last convoy people were taking the bandits' attention and dying. I lost this mission but saved my people. And in the nearest city I met someone. He was a leader of the bandit group that stole my younger brother and sister. His name was Radagus. Because I skipped the tutorial, I lost a part of story, but I understand Radagos was betrayed by his friend that stole his gang and also my younger brother and sister. He was a bandit, but still was not bad man. Or I missed something. By the way, now he told me the information about his traitor friend camp location, and I had to run there to save my relatives. But at first, I wanted to clean another hideout. Fuck. Shitty forest bandits. Okay, it's time to save the family, because nothing is more important than a family. Here I took my first duel with a bandit leader. I won it, but at all I don't understand why I have to choose the duel instead of killing them all. It's faster and not so risky. Then Rodakos executed his friend and gave me back my youngest brother and sister. I let him go and choose the way from my family. My brother is gonna be a smart kid and a leader, when sister is gonna be a strong woman and a warrior. Then I took the revenge on forest bandits and fucked them all. Then I was running around the world and completing the quest until the day 78, when the great Duke Raganvat asked me to join Sturgia as a mercenary. Right at the moment I joined Sturgia, they started the war against Kuzait Khanate. At first I was scared of the war and tried to get some money on Sturgeon tournaments, but they still were hard for me. Even robbers in this land were harder. They were pirates and could kill you by one throw of axe in your face. And after another group of bandits, I was met by some Kuzait lord. He had more people, but I used the best speaking tactic I saw, the robber's tactic. I said that he had to surrender, because I was much bigger and also had a squad in the ambush nearby. Sadly, but this lord didn't trust me. In this fight, I understood how hard it is to fight with a big group of horse archers. I think they are the strongest enemies in the world, and I also understood why Mongolia had half of the world in the past. The Lord took all I had, including my legendary pitchforks. He left me only a couple horses and a piece of my banner. I tried to run away, but soon was caught by another squad. And again, only a week later, when my captors were running from Sturgan army, I finally got my freedom and ran into my lands as fast as I could. I lost all people I had, all stuff, most of my horses and so much gold. But I was alive, and later I'm gonna kill all of my enemies. I joined the Regenwat's army. I couldn't lose my people, but I could take something valuable as the reward. Very soon we started a siege. I was alone and mostly just was trying to not die. But also I killed a couple guards using my bow. Inside the castle I saw only the corpses. I got nothing really cool, but I liked the process. And soon I was in another siege. From the beginning I killed someone friendly, but that was only his fault. Stupid archer. And then while I was collecting more arrows, I was shot by the catapult. Luckily I just was shocked and wounded, but not dead already. We won this fight too, and for my achievements in it, I got a torn jacket. Nice. Sadly, but a couple days after, our king lost all of his influence and our army was disbanded. I wanted not only to save my brother and sister and build an empire, I also wanted to make my own family with my wife and children. For it, I was flirting with all high girls I could. Sadly, but all of them were telling me to disappear because I'm ugly or stupid or both. But now I finally could win the tournaments and take some good rewards for it, like this camel. How was he in the North Country? Then I joined in another army and we were sieging more castles. Sadly, but soon we were defeated and I was captured again. Luckily they didn't take my camel. On the day 20 or 1085th year, some lord gave his daughter to my brother as a wife. I don't know why, but why not? Then I was killing more and more bandits. They were the only enemies I really could kill without panic and easy, and sometimes I was reselling the resources. I finally understood that I don't need to sell everything in one city, and that the cost for a single thing isn't stable. The more I'm selling, the lower the price. Also, I finally understood how to get some real money. I just needed to rob and destroy an enemy's village. It could give me resources and gold at the same time, but at first I needed to kill all men in it. But that doesn't matter. The second winter was more bloody. I was killing pirates, villagers, but mostly I was a simple mercenary or raider who didn't want to take a real fight. I couldn't have a big squad, and at all I didn't know what I can do under Sturgia. I needed to become a real lord from the real clan. We were fighting with Bachania, Kuzait, Landia, and with some part of the Broken Empire, but for me they all were the same. Mostly I was fighting only with peasants, and all of them had nothing better than broken eggs smeared in some horse's shit. Not the strongest enemy. After 2 years in Calradia, I finally had enough money and bought a caravan. I thought now money is coming, but after a couple weeks this caravan was robbed and it gave me much less than I spent to buy it. Useless thing. I was so angry and destroyed a couple bandits' hideouts and burned the bodies as the revenge. Also, I got a couple more characters in my squad. I needed some officers for later. In one city I met Alinet, the wife of my brother. She had really great stuff, and I thought that my brother won't be mad if I undress his wife. Now I got nearly the best gear for the whole life. My old gear I gave to Alinet. With my new gear I could be relaxed on tournaments, but I was relaxed too much and at one time nearly died from a pirate. After this, something changed in my head and I finally understood that I had to move forward. I needed to break my contract with Sturgia and had to become a lord in another and strong country. I chose Vlandia, but I got a little problem at first. Only the king can make you a lord. But the king of Vlandia was hiding in his castle for maybe a week, and the guards of this castle didn't want to let me in. That was really strange. I had to become a Vlandia mercenary just to come into the castle and ask the king to make me a lord. I don't know why he was so scared of me, but the guards also didn't let me in after I was Vlandia mercenary. But now I could ask them to call the king to me. What was the first thing I did as the lord? I came into siege, and after the fight took the main Sturgan city. Now Verchek was mine. That was ironic, sadly, but the city was super poor and I still had to rob some villages to keep my pants on. And when I got a castle, my money became a river from my pockets. Luckily my brother won a tournament while I was waiting for the king near the castle, and it gave me some money for start. Also, as the lord, I took part in some really big battles against Empire. London Knights were super good against the Empire infantry. Also, I got my first high prisoners. I also found so many elite prisoners in my town. That was fun when I took all of them and sold. After we won on Empire and Sturgia, we thought to attack the Arabia. I even took my camel for this war. We took a couple castles and a city, and also got the Arabian army. Moreover, I understood that Arabian bandits are weak without horses. But the loot here was the best of all robbers, and Arabian horse warriors were much stronger than Sturgan or Empire infantry. This war was super hard for me, and for now we were winning only because we had more people. At the day 269 we captured a castle that we needed not only to capture outside, we also had to clear it inside. Here I understood that my 200 sword isn't good in small corridors, but I could use the top attack normally. Also this day I found out that Arabian tournaments are easy. Then we got another castle, and near the town we captured, we fought with another big Arabian army. This fight was super bloody. As the reward for it, I got an executioner axe. This two-handed hatchet is the best weapon I found. Sometimes I could kill 2 people by one hit, and the damage was super big. Also I changed my camel to some elite horse, and moreover, bought a chain shirt for it. My squad had more than 70 people, and also I had a city and a few castles. Because I had really good relationship with the king, he wanted to give literally all castles we captured. When Sturge wanted to take revenge, I used my reputation to stop the war against Arabia, cause we couldn't fight on 2 sides. At all, I just wanted to save my city Verchek. Sadly, but soon I still lost it, and my raids against small Sturgan clans didn't help. We tried to capture it back, but our attack drowned and people ran back. I wanted to keep fighting, but they didn't. That was super sad for me, and I just was waiting for another chance. I killed everyone I could. I just wanted to show that this city is mine, and I want it back. But as for now I couldn't take it back, I thought to speak with all kings for the story quest, and after it I needed to speak with 2 people in 2 towns. One wanted to destroy the empire, the second one wanted to repair it. Both of them gave me the information about pieces of banner of real Coloradian or something like that. After I got the first piece, we finally captured Verchek again. I couldn't believe in it, but that meant that the banner is working, and I ran for the last part. And at the day 335, I finally finished the banner. Now I had 2 ways. Either I can make my own kingdom, or I can give this banner to some king and help him to make a big kingdom. Of course I wanted to make my own kingdom, but here was a problem. I can't make a kingdom until my clan got rank level 5. For it I need to fight, win tournaments and complete some quests. Sadly, but until 500th day, I couldn't reach this rank. In the second Arabian war, I got the second city, and now my pocket was full all the time. I fought an army as the commander and captured a couple castles, found the biggest group of bandits ever, and bought a wife. I was tired of trying to please the girls and just bought a daughter of some lord for a couple thousand gold, but she loves me. I know. And for now, this is the end of my adventures. Hope you guys like this story, because I was working so hard. And you know, all work has to be paid. No, I don't need your money. Give me your likes, subscribes, and tell me in the comments if you want to see the second part about making my own kingdom or no. But for now, I'm tired of English. Всем пока!